සුබ දහවලක් වේවා ඔබ සියලු දෙනාටම. නීතිඥවරයෙකුගේ Tamanගේ වෘත්තීමේ ගමනේ අවුරුදු 50ක් සම්පූර්ණ කරනවා කියලා කියන්නෙම සැබවින්ම නීතිඥවරයෙකුගේ ජීවිතයට ඊටාම ආඩම්බරණීය අභිමානවත් අවස්ථාවක්. ඉතින් ගාල්ල නීතිඥ සංගමයේ ජ්‍යෙෂ්ඨ නීතිඥ තිලින පණ්ඩිතරත්න මැතිතුමාගේ වෘත්තීමේ ජීවිතයට වසර 50ක් නිමිත්ත සපිරෙනක මේ අවස්ථාවේදී එම අභිමානනීය අවස්ථාව සංකේතවත් කරමින් ගාල්ල නීතිඥ සංගමයේ විසින් එතුමන් වෙනුවෙන් පිරිනමනු ලබන අභිමානනීය සැමරුම් උළෙල සමගිනුයි ඔබ අප මේ ඒකාත්මකව සිටින්නේ. එසේනම් මේ අභිමානනීය අවස්ථාව සඳහා ගාල්ල නීතිඥ සංගමයට ගෞරවයක් අභිමානයක් වෙමින් අප හා සම්බන්ධ වන ශ්‍රී ලංකා ප්‍රජාතාන්ත්‍රික සමාජවාදී ජනරජයේ ගරු අගවිනිසුරු ජනාධිපති නීතිඥ මොරුදු ප්‍රනාන්දු මැතිණිය ඇතුළු සියලුම සම්භාවනීය ආරාධිත අමුත්තන් ගාල්ල නීතිඥ සංගමය වෙනුවෙන් ඉතාමත් ආදරයෙන් ගෞරවයෙන් යුතුව මේ අවස්ථාවට පිළිගනු ලබනවා.
Today, these distinguished and honorable members have gathered to witness the commemoration and recognition of a milestone of an attorney at law. In the pursuit of justice, this is once in a lifetime achievement, only a few achieves.
එසේනම් මේ අභිමානවත් අවස්ථාව චිරාගත සම්ප්‍රදායානුකූලව පොල්තෙල් පහන් සිලු ආලෝකමත් කරමින් ආරම්භ කිරීම සඳහා ඊ타ත්ම ගෞරවයෙන් යුතුව ආරාධනා කර සිටින්නේ අද දිනේදී මෙම අවස්ථාවෙහි ප්‍රධාන ආරාධිත අමුත්තා වශයෙන් මෙහි සැපැමිණි ශ්‍රී ලංකා ප්‍රජාතාන්ත්‍රික සමාජවාදී ජනරජයේ ගරු අගවිනිසුරු ජනාධිපති නීතිඥ මොරුදු ප්‍රනාන්දු මැතිණියනි ඔබතුමියටත් ඒ වගේම ජ්‍යෙෂ්ඨ නීතිඥ තිලින පණ්ඩිතරත්න මැතිතුමනි ඔබතුමාටත් ශ්‍රී ලංකා නීතිඥ සංගමයේ ගරු සභාපති නීතිඥ රජීව් අමසූරිය මැතිතුමනි ඔබතුමාටත් ගරු මහාධිකරණ විනිසුරු පූර්ණිමා පරණගම මැතිණියනි ඔබතුමියටත් ගරු මහාධිකරණ විනිසුරු නිශාන්ත පීරිස් මැතිතුමාටත් ගරු මහාධිකරණ විනිසුරු චතුර ගුණතිලක මැතිතුමාටත් ගරු දිසා විනිසුරු කුසලානී පුංචිහේවා මැතිණියනි ඔබතුමියටත් ගරු මහේස්ත්‍රාත් ඉසුරු නෙත්ති කුමාරගේ මැතිතුමනි ඔබතුමාටත් කම්කරු විනිශ්චයාධිකරණයේ ගරු සභාපති අතිරේක මහේස්ත්‍රාත් රොනල් ගුණතිලක මැතිතුමනි ඔබතුමාටත් ජ්‍යෙෂ්ඨ නියෝජ්‍ය සොලිසිටර් ජෙනරාල් රවීන්ද්‍ර පැතිරණ මැතිතුමනි ඔබතුමාටත් ජනාධිපති නීතිඥ ආනන්ද වික්‍රමසේකර මැතිතුමනි ඔබතුමාටත් නීතිඥ තිලින පණ්ඩිතරත්න මහතාගේ ආදරණීය භාර්යාව රමණී පණ්ඩිතරත්න මැතිණියනි ඔබතුමියටත් ගාල්ල නීතිඥ සංගමයේ ගරු සභාපති රුවන් ආසිරිද සිල්වා මැතිතුමනි ඔබතුමාටත් අම්පාර ගරු මහාධිකරණ විනිසුරු ශ්‍රීනාත් විජේසේකර මැතිතුමනි ඔබතුමාටත් හිටපු ශ්‍රේෂ්ඨාධිකරණ විනිසුරු ජනාධිපති නීතිඥ ශ්විරානී තිලකවර්ධන මැතිණියනි ඔබතුමියටත් ගෞරවයෙන් යුතුව ඇරයුම් කර සිටිනවා.
welcome this distinguished and honorable gathering, I cordially invite the President of the Gold Law Association, Mr. Ruwan Asiri De Silva.
එසේනම් පිළිගැනීමේ කතාව සිදු කිරීම සඳහා ගෞරවයෙන් යුතුව ආරාධනා කර සිටින්නේ ගාල්ල නීතිඥ සංගමේ ගරු සභාපති රුවන් ආසිරි සිල්වා මැතිතුමනි ඔබතුමාටයි.
Your Ladyship, the Chief Justice, Honorable Justice Sirani Thilina President Council, retired Supreme Court Judge, Honorable Ravindra Patirana, President Council, Additional Solicitor General, Honorable Judges, Mr. Rajiv Amarasuriya, President of the Bar Association of Sri Lanka, eminent President Councils, Mr. and Mrs. Thilina Panditharatne, esteemed guests, and my learned friends. Is it a real honor to be here today to celebrate something truly special? Mr. Thilina Panditharatne amassing 50 years dedicated to the bar. This is a momentous occasion marking the half century of service to the legal profession. A testament to a career marked by unwavering commitment and profound impact. Today we are celebrating his values as much as his time, sir. Being a lawyer takes patience, hard work, and a strong belief in justice. It requires not only a deep understanding of the law, but also profound sense of empathy and a genuine desire to service others. Mr. Panditharatne has shown all of this more. He reminds us that what truly matters is not just winning cases, but the positive impact we have on people's lives and our society, sir. His career is a powerful reminder that the law is at to heart about people, about fairness, and about making a difference, sir. We are especially honored to have Her Ladyship, the Chief Justice, here with us today, Madam. Your presence, Madam, make this event even more meaningful, and we appreciate you taking the time to celebrate with us. Your unwavering support for the legal profession and your commitment to upholding the rule of law are deeply valued, Madam. I also want to thank my colleagues of the Executive Committee of the Gold Law Association for putting together this event to properly recognize Mr. Panditharatne's incredible journey. Your effort in organizing this celebration demonstrates the high regard in which he is held by his peers and the legal community. Thank you to all our colleagues and guests for joining us. You have been here showed deep respect and admiration we all have for Mr. Panditharatne and everything he had done for the legal profession. It speaks volumes about the impact he had on our lives and careers. Let's now take this moment to celebrate and appreciate the man who has given so much to the bar. Let's honor his dedication, his wisdom, and his unwavering commitment to justice. May his example continue to inspire us all for many years to come. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Now, with respect, I cordially invite the leader of the members of the bar, the president of the Bar Association of Sri Lanka, Mr. Rajiv Amrasurya, to address this gathering.
Her Ladyship, the Chief Justice, Muddu Fernando President's Council, Mr. and Mrs. Thilina Panditharatne, former Acting Chief Justice, Justice Shirani Tilakavardhana, respected judges of the courts in Galle and outside, President's Council, the President, office bearers and members of the Galle Law Society, ladies and gentlemen. It is my privilege and honor to represent the Bar Association of Sri Lanka at this most significant event when we felicitate and recognize Mr. Nuwanadun Thilina Panditharatne on his completion of a very successful and illustrious Golden Jubilee as a practitioner in Sri Lanka. Whilst today is a date that will be cherished by Mr. Panditharatne, it is also an equally proud moment for the Galle Law Association as well as the Bar to have the opportunity to felicitate and recognize one of its most senior and distinguished members. Mr. Panditharatne and I have some common roots tracing back to Unawatuna, which makes this opportunity even more enriching. Going through Mr. Panditharatne's profile, I was amazed by the many facets of life of this great gentleman. Not only has he been a prolific sportsman and an athlete, he's also excelled in academia, and that did not stop there. He has been a commissioned officer of the Sri Lanka Army, a very senior member of Lions Clubs International, and also a former president of the Football Federation of Sri Lanka, just to name a few. I was particularly happy to read details of Mr. Panditharatne's entry to the field of labor law, which, as the speakers who follow me will, I'm sure, elaborate, was on one hand by chance and on the other by a lot of hard work, study, and dedication. As president of the Bar, I'm happy to see felicitations of this nature being held both at the bench and the Bar. We have with us Her Ladyship the Chief Justice, representing the judiciary, who unveiled the portrait of Mr. Panditharatne a short while ago. Similarly, when a judge is elevated or reaches a significant milestone, the Bar felicitates such judge. We have a large gathering of our membership from Galle and other parts of the country with us in this courthouse today. Felicitations such as this, ladies and gentlemen, demonstrate how connected and intertwined the bench and the Bar is. The bench and the Bar, one may say, are two wheels of the same chariot, which is bestowed with the sacred duty to carry and protect the heavy load of justice in society. It is like two sides of the same coin, different in some aspects, but fundamentally the same when we look at the core. A good and vibrant bench and Bar relationship is vital to an effective and efficacious system of administration of justice. As Justice Banerjee once said, there should be proper amity between the bench and the Bar, rather than an element of arrogance or superiority on one side over the other. We often say it takes two to tango, or you need two hands to clap. And I would state responsibly that if there is ever an issue in the relationship between the bench and the Bar, that both sides must take responsibility for the same. As Justice Krishna Iyer once said, the Bar is not a private guild like that of barbers, butchers, and candlestick makers at the time, but by bold contrast, a public institution committed to public justice and pro bono public service. Judges likewise should show attorneys respect and courtesy, creating a constructive atmosphere in the courtroom so as to preserve the dignity of both the court and the legal profession, refraining from harsh and unprofessional conduct. They should never insult attorneys or litigants, nor make derogatory or inappropriate comments. And the same, importantly, must be said of our Bar. As pointed out by Chief Justice Sathasivam in the famous case of Ramakrishnan Raju, the experience and knowledge gained by a successful lawyer at the Bar can never be considered to be less important from any point of view vis-à-vis the experience gained by a judicial officer. We often call the members of the legal profession a legal fraternity, which is because of the sense of camaraderie we share in our common role of upholding justice and fairness. And even such as this, which we have today, is a reflection of the very essence of that fraternity. I take this opportunity, ladies and gentlemen, to congratulate the Galle Law Society in keeping with tradition, respecting the hallowed bench and bar relationship, and organizing a memorable felicitation for Mr. Thilina Panditharatne this afternoon. Mr. Panditharatne, congratulations on a richly deserved felicitation. It is senior members such as you who provide the necessary guidance and amalgam to keep our wonderful profession united and together. Let me take this opportunity of wishing you good health, continued success in your practice and contentment. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen.
බොහොමත්ම ස්තුතියි ඔබතුමාට. එසේනම් ඊළඟට ඉතාමත්ම ගෞරවයෙන් යුතුව ආරාධනා කර සිටින්නේ ගාල්ල නීතිඥ සංගමයේ වෙනුවෙන් නීතිඥ ශ්‍රීමාල් විජේසේකර මැතිතුමනි ඔබතුමාටයි තිලින පණ්ඩිතරත්න මැතිතුමා වෙනුවෙන් හඬ අවදි කිරීම සඳහා.
I cordially invite the former president of Gold Law Association and even much more stronger link, the secretary of the Richmond All Boys Association, where a stronger link is created, Mr. Srimal Vijayasekara, attorney at law, to take down the memory lane of this jubilant, Mr. Thilina Panditharatne.
Your Lordship, the Chief Justice, Murdu Fernando, President's Council, former acting Chief Justice, Honorable Madam Shirani Tilakawardena, Honorable High Court Judges, Honorable District Judges, Honorable Magistrates, Honorable President of Labour Tribunal, President Bar Association of Sri Lanka, Mr. Rajiv Amarsurya, Additional Solicitor General, Ravindra Patrina, President's Council, Mr. Anand Wickramasekara, President's Council, Senior Member of Gold Law Association and who has completed remarkable 62 years of the Bar, President Councils, Mr. APG Sarat Chandra and Mr. Mahinda Vijay Surendra, State Councils, Honorable President of Gold Law Association, Mr. Ruan Nasiri Silva, Honorable Secretary Kasun Rajakaruna, and all my colleagues of the Gold Law Association, Mr. Thilina Panditharatne, who has completed the historic milestone of 50 years in active practice at the bar, Ms. Panditharatne, and two sons, Migara and Gayan, and family members, all the distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. At this historic court complex of Gold Fort, we all are gathered here today to facilitate our senior colleague, Mr. Thilina Panditharatne, attorney at law, to mark his golden jubilee at the bar. As members of the Gold Law Association, we would like to extend our warmest congratulations to our member, Mr. Nuwanadun Thilina Panditharatne, on reaching his historic milestone of 50 years in active practice at the bar. In the long history, spanning over 150 years of the Gold Law Association, only a few members of our association may have had the privilege of completing 50 years in active practice. We are extremely grateful to your Ladyship, the Chief Justice, and all other honorable judges and the dignitaries of all of your presence today, this memorable evening to make this event to success. Firstly, I would like to thank Honorable President and Executive Committee of the Gold Law Association for inviting me to speak few words on behalf of our association to felicitate our senior colleague, Mr. Thilina Panditharatne. This moment is also memorable to myself too, because the very same year in 1975, which Mr. Thilina Panditharatne joined to the bar 50 years ago, I was destined to enter the same school, Richmond College, Gold as a little boy, grade 1 student, which Mr. Panditharatne was educated and excelled his colors as sportsman of many games. Your Ladyship, Mr. President, Bar Association of Sri Lanka, Mr. Thilina Panditharatne was born on 7th August at Unawatuna, Galle, into the distinguished family. His father was late Mr. Leslie Panditharatne, who was an English and mathematics teacher, and his mother was Miss Matilda Panditharatne. Thilina Panditharatne was the second in the family. He has 2 brothers and 3 sisters. I am sure Mr. Thilina Panditharatne is delighted to have the presence of his elder brother, Mr. Kitsiri Panditharatne, to this historical moment of his life. Mr. Thilina Panditharatne received his early education at the Bonavista High School, Unawatuna, one of the reputed education institutions in Galle that has produced eminent personalities in Sri Lanka like Professor Senarath Paranavithana and great writer Martin Vikram Singh of their primary education. In the year 1957, little Thilina Panditharatne entered to the Richmond College as a grade 3 student, and he had completed his school education in 1968. During his days at Richmond College, he took keen interest in sports as well as his studies in the classroom, and his achievements are many as a student. Mr. Thilina Panditharatne represented the college cricket team from under 13 to first 11. He played Richmond first 11 cricket team the years of 1965 and 1966, and he had been the opening batsman as well as the wicket keeper. At times, he had been the captain of the school first 11 football team and won the college colours. Member of the college hockey team and Galle district combined school's hockey team also. Further, Thilina represented the college athletic team at Southern Schools meet in pole vault and 400 meters events. In 1966, and also member of the college swimming team and represented the national level inter-school swimming meets and took part 2-mile swimming race at Mount Lavinia. And also silver and bronze medallion of Royal Life Saving Society London. Absolutely, Thilina Panditharatne as a student of Richmond College brought fame to his alma mater. During the years of 1966 and 1967, Thilina has served as a senior prefect of Richmond College, showing his leadership qualities from his school days. After completing his school education, soon he embarked on his professional career as a teacher of biology in English medium for a short period of 2.5 years at St. Aloysius College, Galle. In the year 1971 was a turning point of Mr. Panditharatne's life. He was fortunate to enter Sri Lanka Law College as a law student, and after successful completion of his legal studies, he took oath on 13th February 1975, 50 years ago. During his law college days as a young student, Mr. Panditharatne has represented Sri Lanka Law College cricket team in the 1972, 1973, 1974 years in succession. Besides, he had been a member of Law College Carom team and badminton team as well. While he was a law student in the year 1971, Mr. Panditharatne has joined the volunteer force of Sri Lanka Army and served as a commissioned officer in the rank of captain for 14 years. Mr. Panditharatne has apprenticed in the chamber of senior lawyer, late Mr. R. Sambandhan, who was a well-known reputed politician and one-time opposition leader of the Parliament of Sri Lanka. Mr. Thilina Panditharatne, after taking oaths, directly started his legal practice in his hometown, Galle, in the reputed senior lawyer Mr. Rex Vikram Singh's chamber. But within a very short period, he built up his own practice. As a junior lawyer, he commenced his practice by doing assignment of high court cases. But afterwards, he became successful lawyer in the field of industrial law. He has attended many international labor law conferences and has presented papers, and he has also followed a diploma in industrial law conducted by the University of Colombo. Meticulous thoroughness in everything he did was the key to his profession's success. Clarity of thought and felicity of expression is forte. He held in very high esteem by the bench and the bar throughout his professional career. The year 1978 was another important milestone in Mr. Panditharatne's life as a young bachelor. He got into marriage not with Ramani Panditharatne, a charming lady. Notwithstanding his busy professional life and social activities, Mr. Panditharatne found time for his family life. Mr. Panditharatne is a loving husband and a devoted father of two sons, Migara and Gayan Panditharatne. I am happy to say both sons of Mr. Panditharatne were also studied at Richmond College and displayed their talents in the field of sports, like father too. Both of them have played to first 11 cricket in the Richmond College cricket team. This father, Mr. Panditharatne, and his two sons have set a record in the Richmond college cricket history by representing the first 11 cricket team and played Richmond Mine the big match. Presently, Migara and Guyana are settled down in Australia and New Zealand respectively. The wife of Guyana, Lashika Abekram, is a lawyer. Mr. Panditharatne is also a fan of football. He is a Class 1 national referee and licensed football coach. President of Football Federation of Sri Lanka years 2005, 2006 and 2007, and also President of Goal Football League. Appreciating his commitment in the game of football, Mr. Panditharatne was selected as a member of the Legal Committee of Asian Football Confederation, AFC, and member of Dispute Resolution Chamber of the World Governing Body of FIFA. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Panditharatne has engaged many social activities in various social services organizations. He has played cricket to the reputed Galle Cricket Club. He is a member of YMBA, Galle and Matra, and a member of Cancer Society in Galle. He has served as an executive committee member and vice president of the Richmond College All Boys Association, chairman of the Galle District Cooperative Hospital Limited in the year 1992 and 1993. Further, Mr. Panditharatne is an active member of the Lions Club. Admiring his selfless social services, he has been elected as the president of Galle Lions Club on 3 occasions and elected as deputy governor of Lions Club International District 306A and the district governor of the NGO called Sun4, Sri Lanka United Nations Friendship Organization. Indeed, Mr. Panditharatne is a multifarious, multidimensional personality. Mr. Thilina Panditharatne is a affable and kind-hearted gentleman with pleasant demeanor. He is ready to oblige anyone, irrespective of whether who seek his assistance in a senior or junior. It's a great pleasure and fortune to have known and associate with Mr. Panditharatne so closely for the last 30 years as a senior lawyer of Galle Law Association as well as senior all boy of my alma mater. Once again, I would like to extend our warmest congratulations, Mr. Thilina Panditharatne, on reaching historic milestone of 50 years at the bar. I wish him good health and long life so he may continue to enjoy the fruits of success. I wish to thank President and the Executive Committee of the Galle Law Association and all members of the Galle Law Association for organizing event of this magnitude and all their sacrifices they made to make this event a success. Last but not least, I wish you all a very happy evening. Thank you.
බෙහෙවින්ම ස්තුතිවන්ත වෙනවා නීතිඥ ශ්‍රීමාල් විජේසේකර මැතිතුමනි ඔබතුමාට අප ඔබ නොදත් බොහෝ කරුණු පිළිබඳව මතකයන් ආවර්ජනය කිරීම සම්බන්ධයෙන්. අද දින මෙම විශේෂ අවස්ථාව සඳහා අපගේ විශේෂ ආරාධනය පිළිගෙන මෙහි සැපමිනි හිටපු ශ්‍රේෂ්ඨාධිකරණ විනිසුරු ගරු ශිරාණි තිලකවර්ධන මැතිණියනි ज्येष्ठ नीतिज्ञ तिलिन पंडितरत्न මැතිතුමාගේ වෘත්තීමය ජීවිතයට එහා ගියපු සදාදරණීය මිතුදමක අත්දැකීම් රාශියක් ඔබතුමියගේ මතකයේ ඇතැයි අපි විශ්වාස කරනවා. එසේනම් ඔබතුමියට ගෞරවයෙන් ආරාධනා කර සිටිනවා ඔබතුමියගේ සදාදරණීය මිතුදම වචනයන්ට පෙරලන්නට.
I cordially and with respect invite Honorable Shirani Tilakavardhana, former Justice of the Supreme Court, to take down through that memory lane, being a batchmate of Thilina Panditharatne.
Good afternoon, everybody. 3 things in life that one can never recall is the spent arrow, the spoken word, and the lost opportunity. And while you're thinking about that, Madam Chief Justice, the Honorable Chief Justice of Sri Lanka, I'm so happy to say Madam Chief Justice after our first Madam, whom I'm addressing as Madam Chief Justice, Mr. Rajiv, President of the Bar Association, who's doing a very, very active job right now. I won't address you, Mr. Thilina, because I'm so cross with you right now. But the District Judge, Honorable Mr. Thiris, the Secretary of the Bar, and Mr. Asiri Silva, President of the Bar Association. Yes. So Thilina Panditharatne was my batchmate. And what we share in common is that we completed 50 years of serving the bar. And I know that I look out here and I see a lot of young people, certainly younger than us, but also people, young lawyers in the profession who are quite young here. Now, we have the Chief Justice who's also be completing, I think, 50 years in a few, 50 years, no, long time more for that. Oh my goodness, long time more for her to complete 50 years in the bar. But what we have in common with all the President's Council, the lawyers, the Lady President's Council, I think you have one in your bar here, and all the nice people, including Mr. Vikramarthne, who gave me his phone because my battery just ran down. And I had, now, what has happened here is Mr. Thilina sent me 3 pages, which I read this morning because my young dog had been operated. And he has sent the same 3 pages to the speaker who spoke just before. So he has taken my entire speech and given it to somebody else, but that does not matter. So what do we do? As I look around the senior members of the bar, as I look around the more senior judges and the people sitting at the head table, what is our role right now? You know, when we come to this stage, there is a burden upon us, an accountability upon us to be mentors for the younger judges, maybe not the so younger judges either. Because everybody right now is talking in a very degrading manner, to be honest, didn't start with you, it started with generations ago. Somehow, over the years, there was this erosion. So what I like about Mr. Thilina Panditharatne is that when he joined the law college, he was a young army officer. He was the only person who never bullied us and victimized us in the first year. He has a charming smile. He's a very friendly person and an excellent personality to mentor young judges. Because one of the things in mentoring, I'm an UNODC judge, a mentor judge, so I know when I talk how important it is. Our young judges, our young lawyers, where are their role models? Today, I can proudly introduce you to Mr. Thilina Panditharatne, my batchmate, who could be one of those role models. And I'm sure who now is going to veer away from what his ambitions and everything is to giving back to the bar. What we have reaped and benefited over 50 years of being lawyers, state council, judges, and I think I'm covering all the different things you can be here. I've covered it. But how do we approach this? The first is in his life. You will see he was a young person. He was doing criminal law and was getting cases from the High Court. Now, I know most of you all would have begun your career at the High Court. That is the beginning of diligence. Don't sit down and expect things to fall on you. And we as seniors must see and understand that working with diligence, investing in the younger judges and the younger lawyers' lives will reap to benefits in the entire profession. The second thing I have really, going through his 3 sheets which were missed out, leaves me very little, but the second thing is, when he was a criminal lawyer, loving, I don't doubt because I'm 37 years a criminal. I think Chief Justices, we've done a lot of criminal work and we love the criminal work, right? But fate had other things for him. So what do you do when suddenly things change in your life? You stand up, you find your independence, which you need both as judges and as counsel. Independence to stand up. Independence to, even if it is the worst thing that is happening, you have the courage and the spine to stand up against. And I'm talking to you honestly from deep sincerity. The one judgment in Asia and Sri Lanka where there was a dissent of 1-7 was the decision I gave. And it was against the highest in the land. And it was something that, I know the path you have to go through. Now, who is there to hold the hand of the younger judges who decide to stand up? The younger lawyers who are struggling to build up a practice. It is people like Thilina, who was in the same predicament. He suddenly found there's no cases coming from the High Court, but the labor courts opened up. And thank goodness, J.R. Jayawardene in 1977 sacked, as soon as his government came into place, 170 state employees. And Thilina looked round. It was, how could he be independent against the president of the time? How could he come forward? And I do believe that is where the seed of integrity begins in a person. The courage, the strength. I know you judges are having a hard time sometimes taking those decisions, working in the midnight, as do every lawyer who is honestly working hard. And he had gone to courts, and there was, as usual, the dynamics of power, very arrogant. I'm sure you don't have such lawyers here. Arrogant, overbearing, where the dynamics of power are such that you look down on everybody because you're this great pinnacle and the great citadel and you're above everybody else. And there he was against labor tribunal. In the labor tribunal, opposing him was a representative of the union. And he looked at Thilina as though he was nothing. Young man. First few cases in the labor law. There was nothing else that opened up for him. But he took those cases, 170 cases. He took it, he studied it again. Diligence, equality. He decided there's not going to be anybody less than me. I am going to respect myself. I'm going to respect these 170 clients who have come to a raw me who is not the employers. Of course, they were not the litigants, they were the employers, young employers with young, not too much, they all came. Because he said, I will take the case. Because he saw there was what we call today, in limine problem about jurisdiction. And he took the problem out. And with his dedication, with his whole heart and soul on the question of equality of people. He didn't look up to him and feel small, or he didn't, having independence de facto, de jure, as well as self-independence, one's individual independence. He took on the ground. 170 cases were won by him, and I think he deserves a clap for that. Don't you? Imagine, young, energetic, feeling, how powerless you feel when you start talking. In the first case, I just want you all to remember how you felt when you got up in courts with your first case. The words are there, you're ready, and you talk and your throat is stuck. We are mentors for these younger judges. And Thilina Panditharatne's life has been that, a steady contribution, a footy to those who are interested in football. But he did something more. He was working with commitment, with diligence, and he went on to the FIFA board, worked in Sri Lanka as one of the representatives. And his whole world has been of networking, lions, cancer. That is what you young people who today are looking for a brief are not doing. Emulating your seniors, not because you gave me the phone, but because the way you're dressed. Mr. Rajiva is another person. Look at how they sit, how they talk. When we were young, we learned through emulation. I remember Mr. Kanigeswaran, how beautifully he spoke. Mr. Faiz Mustafa, articulate, to be very careful with what he says because you get completely misled sometimes, but speaking so well, Emulate them. And you have your role models in this. And really, I think that is what is important, because what the Charter of Human Rights tells us is respect each other. You must respect, you keep each person's dignity intact. And that's what he did with these people. He kept his own dignity intact. he respected, however awful the person was, he never fought back. He took a point of law and fought with the law and with the weapon of the words in the law. And that is dignity, respecting every person, whether the person is disabled, challenged, or whatever it is. We're all equal on this earth. And Madeleine Albright said something very nice. She said, you know, there's a special place in hell for women who don't help women. I'd like to say it in another way and said, I truly believe there is a special place in hell unless we all reach down and help that younger judge, that younger lawyer, your child, it's not just we, I, and us. And that is the kind of life. I congratulate you, Mr. Thilina. It's not the years. It is your integrity and the core manner in which you have conducted yourself and added the most beautiful part of your life as a contribution to this amazing bar which has such a long history. Thank you, everybody. God bless you.
ඔබතුමීට බෙහෙවින්ම ස්තුතිවන්ත වෙනවා. නීතිඥවරුන් විදිහට අපි විවිධ ශේෂ්ඨ තෝරාගනිමින් Tamanගේ වෘත්තීමය ගමනෙහි කටයුතු කරනවා. ඒ වගේම යුක්තිය පසඳලීම සඳහා අපිට හැකි ආකාරයෙන් විවිධ ශේෂ්ඨ වලින් අපි අපගේ දායකත්වය ලබා දෙනවා. ඉතින් ජ්‍යෙෂ්ඨ නීතිඥ තිලින පණ්ඩිතරත්න මැතිතුමා Tamanගේ වෘත්තීමය ජීවිතයේදී වැඩි වශයෙන් Tamanගේ වෘත්තීමය කටයුතු සිදු කරේ කම්කරු විනිශ්චයාධිකරණය ආශ්‍රිතවයි. එසේනම් මීළඟට අපි සූදානම් වන්නේ ඉතාමත්ම ගෞරවණීයව ආරාධනා කරන්නට වෘත්තීය ගමන් මඟ සම්බන්ධයෙන් අපව ආමන්ත්‍රණය කරන්නට ගාල්ල කම්කරු විනිශ්චයාධිකරණයේ සභාපති අතිරේක මහේස්ත්‍රාත් Ronald Gunathilaka මැතිතුමනි ඔබතුමාටයි.
I cordially and respectfully invite the most recent and the constant witness of his fights at the Labour Tribunal, Mr. Honorable Ronald Gunathilaka, President of the Labour Tribunal, to address this gathering.
Your Ladyship, Honorable Chief Justice Murdu Pranamdu, President's Counsel, Honorable Justice Shirani Tilakawardena, former Judge of the Supreme Court, Mr. and Mrs. Panditharatne, Honorable Purnima Parnagamage, the High Court Judge of Gaul, Honorable Nishant Piris, Civil Appellate Judge, High Court Judge, Honorable Chatura Gunathilaka, Civil Appellate High Court Judge, Honorable Srinath Vijaysekara, Honorable High Court Judge, all the District Court and Magistrates, all the District Judges and Magistrates, members of the Bar, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. It is both a privilege and profound honor to stand before you today to pay tribute to a towering figure in our legal fraternity, Mr. Thilina Panditharatne, who marks a remarkable milestone of 50 years of distinguished service in the law and to justice. Mr. Panditharatne's journey through 5 decades has been nothing short of inspirational. Through changing legal landscapes, evolving statutes, and shifting societal changes, he has remained a steady, principled voice, a living testament to the values upon which the legal profession is built. Senior lawyers like him are more than experienced practitioners. They are the custodians of professional traditions, the bridge between the past and the present, and the guiding lights for future generations. Their wisdom earned not just through victories, but through trials, through long hours, and through countless moments of moral and ethical choice, is a resource beyond value. Their experience is not just a resource, it is a safeguard. It reminds us, while law may evolve and technologies may advance, the virtue of patience, courtesy, diligence, and ethical conduct remains timeless. And those virtues are best learned not from textbooks, but from examples set out senior members of the bar. Respecting seniors in any profession is not a formality, it is an obligation. For in showing them respect, we affirm the values they have protected, and we reinforce the culture of collegiality and professionalism that defines our legal system at its best. Mr. Panditharatne, on half of the bench, I extend my deepest appreciation. Your career is masterclass in advocacy, resilience, and grace. Your contribution to the profession cannot be measured in years alone, but in generations of advocates you have inspired and profound respect you have earned from the judiciary and the bar alike. As we mark this remarkable milestone, we do more than celebrate your journey. We thank you for helping shape the very fabric of our profession. May you continue to inspire, guide, and remind us all of the great nobility that lies in the practice of law. Thank you.
බොහොමත්ම ස්තුතියි ඔබතුමාටත් ජ්‍යෙෂ්ඨ නීතිඥ තිලින පණ්ඩිතරත්න මැතිතුමනි. අද දින ඔබතුමාගේ වෘත්තීමය ගමනෙහි වසර 50ක් සම්පූර්ණ කරන මේ මොහොතේදී ඔබතුමා වෙනුවෙන් මේ අවස්ථාවේදී විවිධ සම්භාවනීය අමුත්තන් විවිධ ශාස්ත්‍රයන් යටතේ ඔවුන්ගේ අත්දැකීම් හෝමාරු කරගත්තා. ඉතින් මං හිතනවා ඔබතුමාටත් මේ වසර 50ක වෘත්තීමය ජීවිතය තුළ Tamanගේ අත්දැකීම් අපත් සමග බෙදා හදා ගැනීමට කැමැත්තක් ආසාවක් හිතේ ඇති කියලා. එසේනම් වැඩි කල් වේලා ගන්නට මත්තෙන් ගෞරවයෙන් යුතු ඇරියුම් කර සිටිනවා තම වෘත්තීය ජීවිතයේ වසර 50ක් සම්පූර්ණ කරන ජ්‍යෙෂ්ඨ නීතිඥ තිලින පණ්ඩිතරත්න මැතිතුමනි ඔබතුමාට අප සැම ආමන්ත්‍රණය කරන ලෙසට.
Sir, definitely rough waves must have built you, but your unwavering fight for the justice has now surpassed 50 years. Please do share that journey with us. I cordially invite Mr. Thilina Panditharatne to address this gathering.
Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity to express my views. But I don't want to talk about myself because a lot of spokesmen just relate my whole story, my whole life in the sense as a lawyer. So I have nothing more to add or more to remove. And I'll be very short in my speech, but I must say big thank you to each and every person who is present here for my 50th anniversary celebrations. Honorable Her Ladyship, President Council, Mundravanando Justice, and my own batchmate, former Supreme Court Judge Shirani, and all the other judges here, I don't want to go by name, all the judges and the members of the judiciary, and all other lawyers and well-wishers who are present here. I take this opportunity to thank you for coming here to honor me. And moreover, I want to say one thing. I never had any intention to become a lawyer during my school days. But that happened because my own brother, elder brother, who is a chartered accountant, and when he was apprenticing or doing articles in Colombo as an accountant, he found that there was an advertisement in the papers saying that calling applications to enter law college. So he had taken an application and he filled on his own, put in my name and tendered it to the law college. And he asked me to sit for the exam when I get the admission card. So I didn't know anything about it. So anyhow, I went for the admission exam and I got through. I never attended a single class, but I got through my exam. That is how I became a lawyer. So I must say, my own brother is here today. He has come from Australia. It gives me great pleasure for putting into this song. And moreover, during my career as a lawyer, there are several lawyers who are senior lawyers who helped me to attain this prestigious movement. one such person is Mr. Manilal Fernando, who is present here. And there are certain others. Then I must say, when I got married in 78, I had a car driver to take the couple home. That driver is also here today. That is none other than President Council, Mr. Vikramasekara. Yes. I am sorry to say that driver, you have to take me as driver, but you took us in your grand Benz during that time. It is a luxury vehicle, and he took us from the hotel to home in his own Benz car, and he was the driver. And he consented, even though he is very much senior to me. He's practiced well over 60 years, and he still, during that period, he consented to take me home at the homecoming. So he is one of the key figures in my life. And moreover, there are certain others who have come here to wish me, and one other, my Lions career, Mr. Mahendra Amarasuri, who is present here. I respect him a lot. And also there are past football presidents, Football Federation presidents, Mr. Ranjit Rodrigo, Mr. Anwar De Silva, and Mr. Manilal Fernando, and several others who are closer to my life. I don't want to take your valuable time, but I say one thing. The Gold Law Association, I must congratulate, not only congratulate, but to say very big thank you to them for conducting such a very successful ceremony like this. So I will conclude saying big thank you to each and every person who is present here, and to His Excellency, His Ladyship, the Chief Guest here, and the President of the Bar Association, and all the other judges. I say big thank you to you all, and I will invite you this evening for the dinner at Hotel Edison. So thank you so much.
බොහොමත්ම ස්තුතිවන්ත වෙනවා ඔබතුමාට. තම කාර්යබහුල ජීවිතයේ දහසකුත් වැඩ රාජකාරි පසකට දමමින් ගාල්ල නීතිඥ සංගමයේ ආරාධනය පිළිගෙන මෙම අභිමානනීය අවස්ථාව සඳහා පහ ඒකාත්මික වූ ශ්‍රී ලංකා ප්‍රජාතාන්ත්‍රික සමාජවාදී ජනරජයේ අගවිනිසුරු තැන්පත් ජනාධිපති නීතිඥ මුරුදු ප්‍රනාන්දු මැතිණියනි, ඔබතුමියට ඉතාමත්ම ගෞරවයෙන් ආරාධනා කර සිටිනවා ප්‍රධාන ආරාධිත දේශනය සම්බන්ධයෙන් අපහා ඒකාත්මක වන ලෙසට.
I cordially and with utmost invite Her Ladyship, Honorable Murdu Fernando, President's Council, Chief Justice of the Democratic Socialist Republic of Sri Lanka, to deliver the keynote address of this evening.
President of the Bar Association of Sri Lanka, Mr. Rajiv Amarasuriya, Honorable Justices, Honorable former Justice Ms. Thilina Panditharatne, Judges of the courts in Gaul, President's Council, who are present here today, Mr. Thilina Panditharatne and Mrs. Panditharatne, President of the Gaul Law Association and the Executive Committee, members of the Gaul Bar and the legal profession who are present here today, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good evening to you all. It gives me immense joy and honor to be in Gaul at the invitation of the Gaul Law Association. Today, the Gaul Law Bar is felicitating one of its kind for his achievement and contribution to the field of law. First and foremost, my sincere congratulations goes out to Mr. Thilina Panditharatne, a jubilarian, for his 50 years of distinguished service at the bar. The legal profession is no easy path to tread, and celebrating 50 years of service at the bar itself speaks volume about a person's character, dedication, and attachment to justice and to the legal profession. I believe that I might speak on behalf of everyone present here today when I say that it brings immense joy and happiness to see you accomplish this milestone, Mr. Panditharatne. I'm equally privileged to unveil your photograph, and I wish you the best and many more successful years at the bar. I must also express my gratitude to the Gaul Law Association for inviting me to grace this occasion in this beautiful and historic city of Gaul. The city of Gaul has a rich and inspiring history, architectural beauty, and a vibrant culture. The Gaul fort, showcasing a combination of European architecture, continues to be the best preserved example of a fortified city in Asia and is a World Heritage Site. Be it a walk along the pristine beaches or a stroll on the cobblestone paths, Gaul is a city that appears to be taken straight out of a picture postcard. The ramparts, the cricket grounds, the clock tower, the century-old buildings, the streets, the cafes, the boutiques, and the Dutch Reformed Church bring nostalgic memories to me, and I consider it a great privilege to be here in the midst of such a rich heritage, and especially in the old and ancient, but nevertheless beautifully architectured law courts, and to meet the members of the Gaul Bar in these surroundings. Being a trading port and a center of commercial activity, from time immemorial, there is no question that Gaul is certainly the center of justice in the south of our lovely nation. And I urge you all here today to recognize your fortune in being able to call this bar your home. I take a moment to thank the senior members of the Gaul Bar, the President's Council, and senior professional practitioners for their life and work to keep the flag of justice flying high in this part of the country. Your relentless efforts have and continue to illuminate the sometimes tumultuous yet rewarding path of this profession, allowing those who walk in it now to go forth without a fear of the dark unknown. I encourage the young members of the bar to aspire not only become long-serving members of this esteemed profession, but to truly make a difference in your surroundings as you walk on this path. Although some of you may only be young at heart, it is a noble goal to strive for the betterment of not only yourself, but for the betterment of others along your journey. I'm really happy to see many members of the judiciary present here today, which I believe is a picture of what my sister judge spoke a little earlier of the relationship between the bench and the bar. I believe that is something which would take the legal profession far, the relationship between the bench and the bar. I urge all of you to foster a thirst for learning which cannot be quenched. Be inquisitive, eager, and earnest to understand, not just to respond. Your passion for the profession is the greatest weapon you can possess to break through in the field and make meaningful changes to the practice of the law. The profession today is not the one of tomorrow, nor is it what was yesterday. There is always room to grow and make better the procedures, understandings, and systems which govern us. It is my hope that we will witness improvements in the future of the legal system of this country, and that some of the pioneers of these revolutionary changes will be from the very people in this audience today. While there is still work to be done, I am confident that the legal profession will continue to evolve and adapt in order to continuously reflect the values and principles of equity and justice through the combined efforts of ourselves and those who will come after us. In the words of former US Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg, whatever you choose to do, leave tracks. That means don't do it just for yourself. You will want to leave the world a little better for your having lived. The bar and the legal community is fortunate not to be limited to just one location. From Galle to Kandy, from Jaffna to Putlam and Batticaloa, we all hail from different localities and societies. And this allows us to enrich and challenge our ways of thinking through conversation and debate. While our roots were embedded in different soil, our branches have come together to withstand the challenges thrown our way. It is imperative that we recognize our place in the rich tapestry we form as a collective body, and hence the responsibility that has been placed on us as a community. We are not called to isolate ourselves in this profession, but to be uplifted through our collectiveness and do the same for those who cannot do it for themselves. As of now, the nation is grappling with issues larger than themselves, like systematic inequality, technological revolutions, and ideological extremisms. These challenges demand lawyers who are not only skilled in their craft, but also guided by a strong moral compass and an unwavering commitment to the common good. The foundation, as we all know, of every democratic society is the rule of law. It separates justice from arbitrariness and order from chaos. Upholding the rule of law requires an effort from us all. As members of the legal profession, it is our duty to use our authority with keenness, but with mercy and kindness to uphold the rule of law. We have been called to ensure the rule of law is applied fairly and justly, and that every individual, regardless of background, come face to face with a system that is empathetic and holds the intention to protect their rights at the center of the administration of justice. It is a calling that extends not just to those in positions of power, but to all lawyers. As emphatically stated in a reported judgment, the lawyers are a force for the perseverance and strengthening of constitutional government, as they are the guardians of the modern legal system. Visualize the statue of Lady Justice, blindfolded, carrying a scale and an unsheathed sword, a symbol of justice, unbiased, impartial, fair, and the power of the law. So with those thoughts to emulate and motivate, I challenge the members of the Galle Bar to take up the uphill task of maintaining the rule of law in this country and to bring back the legal profession to its pristine glory. Once again, I extend my gratitude to the Galle Law Association and its members for inviting me here today to celebrate your own jubilarian's achievement of 50 years of distinguished service to the bar and unwavering dedication to justice. Thank you, and may God bless you all.
බොහොම ස්තුතියි මැතිණියනි. එසේනම් ඔබතුමීට නැවත වතාවක් ගෞරවයෙන් යුතුව ආරාධනා කර සිටිනවා ගාල නීතිඥ සංගමයේ විසින් පිරිනමනු ලබන ස්තුතිපූර්වක සමරු තිලිනය පිළිගන්නා ලෙසට. ඒ වගේම එම අවස්ථාව සඳහා සහභාගී වන ලෙසට ගෞරවයෙන් යුතුව ආරාධනා කරන්නේ ගාල නීතිඥ සංගමයේ සමාජික ජනාධිපති නීතිඥ ආනන්ද වික්‍රමසේකර මැතිතුමනි ඔබතුමාටත් ජනාධිපති නීතිඥ මහින්ද විජේසුරේන්ද්‍ර මැතිතුමනි ඔබතුමාටත් ජනාධිපති නීතිඥ APJ සරච්චන්ද්‍ර මැතිතුමනි ඔබතුමාටත් ගෞරවයෙන් යුතුව ආරාධනා කර සිටිනවා. ඒ වගේම මේ සඳහා සහභාගී වන ලෙසට ගාල නීතිඥ සංගමේ ගරු සභාපති රුවන් ආශ්‍රිත සිල්වා මැතිතුමනි ඔබතුමාටත් ගෞරවයෙන් යුතුව ආරාධනා කර සිටිනවා. ගාල නීතිඥ සංගමේ වෙනුවෙන් ගරු අගවිනිසුරුතුමිය වෙතට ස්තුති පූර්වක සමරු තිලිනය පිළිගන්වන ලෙසට. මේ අභිමානවත් අවස්ථාවට ගාල නීතිඥ සංගමයට අභිමානයක් වන්නට පැමිණි ඔබතුමියට නැවත වතාවක් ගෞරවයෙන් ස්තුතිවන්ත වෙනවා. එසේනම් මෙම විශේෂ අවස්ථාව අවසානයේ කරා සම්පූර්ණ කිරීමටයි අපගේ මේ සූදානම. එසේනම් මෙම අති විශිෂ්ට අවස්ථාවට ගෞරවනීය අවසානයක් ලබා දෙමින් පැමිණි ඔබ සැමට ස්තුති කතාව ඉදිරිපත් කිරීම සඳහා මේ ආරාධනා කරන්නේ ගාල නීතිඥ සංගමයේ ගරු ලේකම් කසුන් රාජකරුණා මැතිතුමනි ඔබතුමාට.
To conclude today's proceedings, I cordially invite to deliver the vote of thanks the Secretary of the Goal Law Association, Mr. Kasun Rajakaruna.
ගරු අගවිනිසුතුමිය ඇතුළු අදින පැමිණ සිටින සියලුම ගරු විනිසුරුතුමන්ලා තුමියලාගෙන අවසරයි. අනිකුත් සම්භාවනීය අමුත්තනි ශ්‍රී ලංකා ප්‍රජාතාන්ත්‍රික සමාජවාදී ජනරජයේ ගරු අගවිනිසුරු ජනාධිපති නීතිඥ මුරුදු ප්‍රනාන්දු මැතිණියනි ඔබතුමියට ගාල නීති සංගමයේ ගෞරවනීය ස්තුතිය පිරිනමනවා අද දින අවිවේකී කාලසටහන මැද මෙම කර්තව්‍යයට සහභාගී වීම පිළිබඳව. ඒ වගේම අද දින පැමිණ සිටිනවා විශ්‍රාමික ශ්‍රේෂ්ඨාධිකරණ විනිසුරු ගරු ශිරාණි තිලකවර්ධන මැතිණිය නීතිපත් දෙපාර්තමේන්තුවේ අතිරේක සොලිසිටර් ජෙනරාල් රවීන්ද්‍ර පතිරණ මැතිතුමා ගාල්ල මහාධිකරණ විනිසුරු පූර්ණිකා පරණගම් මැතිණිය දකුණු පළාත් බද සිවිල් අභියාචනා මහාධිකරණ විනිසුරු නිශාන්ත පීරිස් මැතිතුමා දකුණු පළාත් බද සිවිල් අභියාචනා මහාධිකරණ විනිසුරු චතුර ගුණතිලක මැතිතුමා අම්පාර මහාධිකරණ විනිසුරු ශ්‍රීනිත් විජේසේකර මැතිතුමා ගාල්ල දිසා විනිසුරු කුසලානී පුංචියා මැතිණිය ගාල්ල අතිරේක දිසා විනිසුරු හේමන්ත පුෂ්පකුමාර මැතිතුමා ගාල්ල අතිරේක දිසා විනිසුරු සමීර දොඩංගොඩ මැතිතුමා ගාල්ල මහේස්ත්‍රාත් ඉසුරු නෙත්ති කුමාර මැතිතුමා ගාල්ල අතිරේක මහේස්ත්‍රාත් ලක්මිනී විදානගමගේ මැතිණිය බද්දේගම් මහේස්ත්‍රාත් සරත් නානායක්කාර මැතිතුමා උඩුගම් මහේස්ත්‍රාත් සජිනී අමරවික්‍රම මැතිණිය ඒ වගේම ගාල්ල කම්කරු විනිශ්චයාධිකාරී සභාපති අතිරේක මහේස්ත්‍රාත් රෝලන්ඩ් ගුණතිලක මැතිතුමා ඒ වගේම ශ්‍රී ලංකා නීතිඥ සංගමේ සභාපති ජ්‍යෙෂ්ඨ නීතිඥ රාජීව් අමරසූරිය මැතිතුමා ශ්‍රී ලංකා නීති සංගමේ උපසභාපති ජනාධිපති නීතිඥ රියන්සි අරසකුල්ලත්න මැතිතුමා සම්භාවනීය අමුත්තනි ඔබතුමන්ලාට ගෞරවනීය ස්තුති පිරිනමනවා අද දින ගාල්ල නීති සංගමේ ආරාධනයෙන් මෙම කර්තව්‍යයට සහභාගී වීම පිළිබඳව. ඒ වගේම අද දින පැමිණ සිටින අනිකුත් විශ්‍රාමික කරු විනිසුරුතුමන්ලා ඒ වගේම ප්‍රාදේශීය නීතිඥ සංගම් නියෝජකයන් පැමිණි බද්දේගම නීති සංගම සභාපතිතුමා ඇතුළු ඒ නියෝජිතයන් ඒ වගේම අද දින පැමිණ සිටින ජනාධිපති නීතිඥවරු ජ්‍යෙෂ්ඨ නීතිඥවරු ඒ වගේම කනිෂ්ඨ නීතිඥවරුට ස්තුතිය පළ කරනවා අද දින පැමිණීම සම්බන්ධයෙන්. ඒ වගේම අද දින පැමිණ සිටින ජ්‍යෙෂ්ඨ නීතිඥ තිල්න පණ්ඩිතරත්න මැතිතුමාගේ මැතිණිය ඇතුළු ඒ පවුලේ සමාජිකයන්ටත් අද දින පැමිණීම සම්බන්ධයෙන් ස්තුතිය පළ කරනවා. ඒ වගේම තිල්න පණ්ඩිතරත්න මැතිතුමාගේ ආරාධනයේ මෙහි පැමිණි ජාත්‍යන්තර සිංහ සමාජ සභාපති මහින්ද්‍ර අමරසූරිය මැතිතුමා ඒ වගේම පාපන් සම්මේලන සභාපති මල්ලාර ප්‍රනාන්දු මැතිතුමාටත් ගෞරවනීය ස්තුතිය පිරිනමනවා. නීතිඥ වෘත්තියේ 50 වසරක් කියලා කියන්නේ ඊ타ත්ම සුවිශේෂී කඩයිමක්. අපේ ගාල්ල නීතික සංගමයේත් නීති මහත්මීන් කීප දෙනෙක්ම ඒ කඩයිමට ලං වුණත් දෛවය විසින් උන්ට ඒ කඩයිම සාක්ෂාත් කරගන්න අවස්ථාව ලබා දුන්නේ නැහැ. නමුත් අපිට පුළුවන් වෙලා තියෙනවා තිලින පණ්ඩිතරත්න මැතිතුමාගේ 50 වෙනි වසර උත්කර්ෂවත් විදියට සමරන්න. ඉතින් එතුමාට තමන්ගේ වෘත්තීයමය ජීවිතය තවත් දශක කිහිපයක් සාර්ථක වෘත්තීය ගමනක් යෙදෙන්න ආශිර්වාදය, ඒ වගේම ශක්තිය, ධෛර්යය හා දීර්ඝායුෂ ප්‍රාර්ථනා කරනවා. ඒ වගේම අද දින පැමිණ සිටින සියලුම සම්භාවනීය අමුත්තන්ට පැමිණීම සම්බන්ධයෙන් නැවත වතාවක් ගෞරවනීය ස්තුති පළ කරමින් මගේ කතාව අවසන් කරන ස්තුතියි.
බොහොමත්ම ස්තුතියි ලේකම්තුමනි. එසේනම් මෙම ගෞරවනීය අවස්ථාවේ අවසානයේ සැන්ටුහන් කරමින් ඔබ සියලු දෙනාට පිතාමත්ම ගෞරවයෙන් ආරාධනා කර සිටිනවා ගාල නීතිඥ සංගමයේ විසින් සංවිධානය කර තිබෙන තේපැන් සංග්‍රහය සමගින් එකතු වන ලෙසට ඒ වගේම තම වෘත්තීය ජීවිතයේ වසර 50ක් සපිරන ජ්‍යෙෂ්ඨ නීතිඥ තිලින පණ්ඩිතරත්න මැතිතුමනි, ඔබතුමාගේ වෘත්තීය ජීවිතයේ තව තවත් යෙහෙන් වැජඹේවයි ගාල නීතිඥ සංගමයේ වෙනුවෙන් සුභාශිංසන පළ කර සිටින අතර ඔබතුමාට නිදුක් නිරෝගී දීර්ඝායු සම්පන්නිය ලැබේවයි ගාල නීතිඥ සංගමයේ විසින් සුභාශිංසන පළ කරනු ලබනවා. එසේනම් මේ උත්සවයේ සඳහා සහභාගී ඔබ සියලුම දෙනාට බෙහෙවින්ම ස්තුතිවන්ත වෙමින් අද දින මෙම උත්සව සභාවේ වැඩ කටයුතු මෙයින් නිමාවටපත් කරනවා. අතීතයේ සිට ගෙනා දස්කම් ඇතෙහි විස්කම් ලෙසින් ගොනු වී අදක් මුසුකොට හෙටක් නංවමු පඬුන් විරුවන් ලෙසින් එක් වී ඔබ සැමට සුබ සන්ධ්‍යාවක්.